What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a brand new entry into the budget mic space that promises big performance for less than $60. And of course, I'm talking about the budget microphone kings themselves over at Fifine. And specifically, we're going to be talking about a brand new dynamic microphone from Fifine, the AM8. Now this right here is the brand new AmpliGame AM8 dynamic microphone from Fifine. Now this microphone packs a ton of features into a very low price tag. You've got a top and end mounted dynamic cardioid capsule. You've got a built-in pop filter to help handle some of those plosives. In terms of onboard features that this microphone has, it has an onboard gain control knob so that you can control the gain of your voice, as well as a built-in headphone monitoring volume knob. And that's obviously coupled with a 3.5mm audio jack on the back of the microphone so that you can plug in your headset and monitor your voice as you go with the control knobs. Another excellent feature that this microphone has is a quick tap mic mute button so you can mute the microphone on the fly. And again, it's based on touch control, so all you have to do is simply tap it and it will change between green light for being on and red light when you are muted. And of course, we can't leave you gamers hanging out there because this microphone features fully dynamic RGB. Now, the RGB modes on it are actually pretty cool, and they're all controlled by a touch sensor on the one side of the microphone. You can tap and long hold to turn the RGB on or off, and then you can simply tap and cycle through the different spectrum of colors that Fifine has put on this microphone. And overall, it has a really good spectrum of different RGB colors that you can cycle through, ranging from static colors to spectrum changing. And then my personal favorite, which I call the rainbow wheel, which just continually cycles through the RGB smoothly and effortlessly. But back to the actual performance of this microphone. What makes this microphone so cool and unique is that it can be powered by both XLR and USB. Now, I don't personally have any type of audio equipment to test the XLR capability of this microphone. However, in doing my research, I was able to find that when you have the microphone in XLR mode, it does not appear that there's onboard power with the microphone to power the RGB. So for you gamers out there, or just anybody who wants that, you can plug the XLR into your audio interface, and then you will have to use the USB-C jack on the back to plug into a power source or your computer. That way you can actually power and take advantage of the RGB. But if you don't care about any of that, then you can just use this via XLR and handle all of your audio needs that way. Now, I will say, without being able to test this in both USB mode and XLR mode, it may not give you a full picture of what this microphone is capable of. However, most people, if they're in the market for a sub $60 microphone, they may not have the audio equipment necessary to run XLR, and they might just be plugging this into their laptop, computer, whatever. And that's how I did all of my testing. And I've tested this on Windows and Mac as well, and it works flawlessly across the board. But to really show you the real power of this microphone, let's jump into a quick sound test as well as a comparison to a popular condenser microphone. So before we get into the microphone test of the Fifine AM8, I did want to talk about another popular option for a condenser microphone. It's right around that like $40 to $50 price point. And it's what I'm using right now, which is the Razer Siren Mini. Now, as you can see, I am indeed holding the microphone like a peasant because my only use case for this microphone now is like Discord or some minute things like that. So I just have it on the tiny little built-in stand and it does the job well. But I wanted to give you a decent comparison between the two microphones so that you could hear the difference yourself. Now, this microphone personally, I think it sounds pretty good out of the box. None of the audio that you're hearing right now is EQ'd between these two microphones. This is just straight out of the box, plugged into your computer, ready to go. But this is the audio from the Razer Siren Mini, and it is a condenser microphone with a super cardioid pickup pattern. Now switching over to the Fifine AmpliGame AM8 microphone. Now, as you can tell, this microphone is a lot closer to my face as the capsule for this microphone is at the very tip. So the best pickup pattern is going to be within 2 to 5 inches of right where my face is right now. And it is recommended to speak off axis because if you talk into the end like this, you might get some weird pickup patterns. But when you just use it as general microphone and you just talk into it like this, the sounds are very, very good. And the audio that you get from this thing is stellar for the $60 price point. Again, some cool features on this. You can actually change the color of the RGB. So you can kind of just cycle through these different colors. And then you have an RGB spectrum cycling one, which I've got some lighting on. So you may not be able to pick up that this little ring right here is changing colors. In addition to that, we've got gain control. So we can change the gain of our voice of the microphone. And on the back of the microphone, it actually has a 3.5mm audio jack. So you can plug in your headphones, monitor your sound as you go, which makes this microphone great for doing like podcasts or voiceover work or anything where you'd have to hear your voice back while actively speaking. And then again, the touch sensor on the top here just mutes the microphone. But then all you have to do is just tap it again and the microphone comes back on and sounds great. Now, because this is a dynamic microphone, again, you have to keep it pretty close to your mouth, like I said, within 2 to 5 inches. However, what you'll find is that if you get a boom arm like this, you're gonna have a lot better time, because if you remember me holding up this thing with the stand on it, the stand is really no better for the AM8 unless you are an average height individual or you have a taller desk or something in that manner where it actually gets it up into that 2 to 5 inches from your mouth.
That's what she said.
But for my intents and purposes, I'm going to use a boom arm because it just works. But overall, again, this microphone that you're hearing right now is a $60 microphone. This has not been EQ'd. This is running with a USB connection, not an XLR connection. So let me know down in the comments below if you would pay under $60 for this microphone with as good as it sounds. So what did you think? Did you notice the difference between the two? Obviously, dynamic microphones have a more concentrated pickup pattern. So I immediately notice clear, more bassy notes coming through consistently, while simultaneously blocking out the noise of anything else, as you saw. For a dynamic microphone that's under $60, this thing definitely punches above its weight class. So if you're in the market for a budget dynamic microphone for podcast recording, voiceover work, streaming, anything like that, this microphone is absolutely a steal. And I'll make sure to link this microphone in the description below, just in case you're in the market for a new mic. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like the video, drop me one of these. I'd really appreciate it. And if you liked this video and the other content that I'm putting out, make sure and hit that subscribe button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I mean, like I take a month off, I come back and they still don't subscribe. Like, what are you doing? Thanks for tuning in, guys. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy. Peace.